Yeah,
What's good, Clay? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
My man. So listen, Clay, let me set you up real quick, all right?
Okay.
For all my listeners out there, man, I got the opportunity to shout out and plug an up and coming artist that goes by the name of Clay. And we gonna sit down with Clay for a little while. Cause Clay let us know, man, how he put his in and what he do to get his on. So Clay, baby, how the industry treating you these days, my man?
I'm good.
So Clay, tell everybody where you originally from and how long you been doing your
Well,
thing.
I'm from New Jersey, and I studied music just around 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I'm still going at it.
Still going at it, huh? So
Yeah.
Clay, what was your inspiration, man, that made you want to start doing music, man? Was it something or somebody, did somebody whisper in your ear and say, hey, you should keep rapping because you're really good? I mean, what was it, Clay, the inspiration that made you want to actually do music?
Well, I mean, my family is not really musical at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none of my ancestors did music or anything, but my parents love listening to music, and I just grew up around listening to music, and I realized somewhere in high school that music has this distinct power to like move someone's heart or reach out to some people, and like that's just what I wanted to do.
So how did you develop the style of music that you actually do? I mean, this was that something that you developed? You know what I'm saying? Was that something that you heard? Was that something that you kind of fused together from other styles that you heard before? I mean, tell us a little bit on exactly how you make music the way that you do.
Well, my style currently is, I would say, more electronic and R&B.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first started, I used to listen to a lot of pop, so I was influenced by a lot of pop music. But I realized as time went on that you know what I listened to gradually changed to R&B, and I think honestly it's just what I listen to most of the time really affects my style, and it just ended up being R&B, alternative R&B.
Okay. So you're not a crooner, are you? I mean, do you? Are you able to kind of? Are you able to kind of sing without no music behind you? I mean, are you able to just walk into a place and just start blowing from out of nowhere? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could just grab a mic and just start doing your thing. Was you trained in that way, or did you have to develop yourself to be able to do those type of things?
Well, I mean, I'm more of a producer than I am a singer because I'm not the best singer out there, but I really did like singing, whether I was good at it or bad at it. So
Right.
I did take a little bit of vocal lessons a couple years back, and it just, I don't know, just like the teachers didn't match well with me, so I just ended up not taking them. But nowadays it's just more self practice, and I think I go around the house a lot, just like freestyling off my head, the top of my head, trying to like find a new song or something like that.
Right.
So,
So Clay, tell us what's the message that when you doing your music and you got these lyrics in your head, what's the message that you want to be conveyed when you're doing your music?
well, I think honestly for me, it's different for every song in terms of how I'm feeling at the moment when I'm writing the song, and honestly, the overall message that I want to convey varies depending on the album, in my opinion. And right now, I'm currently working on one, a short EP, and I want it to be something about something more related to like just young love, stuff like that at the moment. But it always differs from time to time, like depending on how I feel.
Right. So what's the project that you're working on right now? Let's get to that. Let's get to the project that you're working on right now, or some of the tracks that you're working on right now, and give us a little insight on the name of the project and the purpose of the project and some of the tracks that you think would do well on this particular project.
Well, I'm preparing a short EP that I plan on releasing more of, maybe three in total, and then in a year or so, maybe put them all together and make it a long album. But at the moment, I'm currently working on a EP, and the basis of it is The Melting Pot, or the title of it is going to be The Melting Pot.
Okay.
And that title means a lot to me, because what I realized over time when I was doing music is that I like to mix a lot of different genres into one song.
Okay.
You know? So I want my music to be like the melting pot, where a lot of things come together and melt into one thing.
Right.
So that's my first ever album that I'm trying to work on right now, and I just thought it'd be a little bit more meaningful to name it after that.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's the overall gist of what I'm working on. And the first song that I've completed so far was titled Sober, and it's about, you know, just from the title, it's kind of self-explanatory, like,
right,
you know, just like a guy and a girl meet at a party or something, they're drunk, and, you know, this guy's just like, you know, love me until you're sober, stuff like that.
Yeah. So it sounds like to me that you create a lot of your music just from your life experiences, from the experiences that you kind of encounter each and every day. You sometimes look and say in yourself, in your head, that I can create a song from this, and you sit down and you do your thing, and that's real stuff right there. You know what I mean? Because some people ain't able to articulate their life experiences and be able to put it on paper the way that you are able to do it. You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. You know, so
thank you.
Yeah, no question, Clay. So here's another question I got for you, Clay. I mean, I'm hearing that you're doing music and you're fusing sounds, and you know, what are some of your other aspirations that you want to do? I mean, I'm already hearing that you're talking about producing, and you like producing a little bit more than you like singing. I mean, what's the goal? What's the end goal for you? You know what I'm saying, in this music industry, and what do you look to accomplish as you do your music, Ed?
Right. Well, I have more than one quote-unquote goal at the moment, but I have this one big dream that it all leads up to. And in the end, honestly, I just want to be truly happy from the bottom of my heart doing what I love doing, and, you know, just live my life doing what I want to do. And I would say the goals that I have set for myself in terms of music is, you know, improve myself on singing, improve myself on just musical knowledge, basically, and improve myself as much as I can.
Right.
So when I'm out there, let's say in the future when I start performing or something like that, I'm not embarrassed that, like, you know, oh, I don't think I'm good enough to do this, or I don't think I'm good enough to perform yet. You know, I don't want to have those kind of thoughts in the back of my head. So I try to improve myself the best possible ways and get through with it.
Yeah, that's real talk. So another question that I got for you is, what's some of the challenges that you've had up to this point in your short music career that you've encountered that kind of get in the way of you doing some of the things that you really want to do?
Well, what I really want to do in terms of being a producer is, you know, sound more professional. You know, like when I make stuff on my own and I compare it to like big name artists, I hate hearing like from my own ears. Like I hate hearing the fact that, you know, wow, like I'm lacking so much compared to these people. You know? So like, like the biggest challenge is just like, you know, improving like really, really fast to the point where, you know, whenever I like drop a new sound or something and people listen to it, you know, I don't want to hear like, oh man, he's not that great, whatever, and whatever. Like I want to hear like, you know, oh, he's great, he's got potential, he's talented. That's what I want to hear. But like in reality, you know, it takes stuff like that.
Right.
So I would say like, you know, improvement is the biggest challenge that I've ever encountered.
Absolutely. So Clay, I got a question for you, and this is one of the questions that I ask a lot of different people. And my question to you is, if you had an opportunity to perform with an artist, whether the artist is dead or alive or past or present, exactly who would that artist be?
Well, I actually listen to a lot of foreign artists, like South Korean R&B singers and stuff like that, and they are honestly my biggest inspirations when it comes down to music or production. And one of the guys that I really listen to almost on a daily basis is his name is Dean, and he actually started his in America too, which you know is which is a big deal for like Asians, I guess.
Right.
But his music is really different from what I see, and I just you know I guess that's where I get my like inspirations from to be a little bit more different and like be able to fuse different sounds together. So I would say like I want to perform with him definitely.
Right. Okay. So I got a question, being that you just kind of inputted something. So you are of Asian descent, correct? Um.
Right.
So is there a difference in the cultures that make you change the way that you do music? I mean, I know you're infusing different things into your music, but is it culturally driven from your side or to another side, or from living here in the States and all that? Are you able to kind of put this in a melting pot like you was just talking about and make this
Right.
all happen and come out the way that you would like it to be? You dig? To where we can understand, we can feel a little bit of the Asian culture along with the culture from here, man. How do you fuse that together?
Well, from what I see, when it comes down to music from here in the States, it's like the groove is more important. You know what I mean? The groove is
Right.
very key to music, and that's a lot of the hits have like great grooves. And but like in Korea, it's more, or in Asia, it's more melodic rather than groovy. So
Okay.
it like Asia's big hits kind of like revolve around like more beautiful melodies, I guess,
Right.
if I were to phrase that.
Right.
So I think if I were to able to fuse those together, honestly, like having a great groove plus a really good melody is, that's all I can ask for as a musician.
Yeah, no question. Hey Clay, man, I just want to say, man, I want to thank you for coming out, man, and sharing a little bit of your time with us. Explaining to us a little bit, man, and what it takes for you to put the music in that you do. You know what I'm saying? But before we go, though, I want to give you an opportunity to shout out and plug everything and everybody that's helped you get to the place to where you are today.
Yeah, well, I would definitely like to thank my parents for giving me support through this very unstable road that I chosen. And I would like to thank my brothers too from back home
Yeah.
for always listening to my music. And I would also like to thank my friend Paul, who's been there for me when it was tough, and just always cheering me on to do better things, bigger things.
Right.
And I would also like to thank DJ Jamio
Yes, sir.
and Melody for setting me up with this interview.
Absolutely. Big shout out to DJ Jamie O.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Clay, let me just say this before you go. I wish that you are blessed in everything that you do every day, and I hope that you are able to prosper in each and everything that you do each day. You heard?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome, my friend.